So go on and say my name some more.
I'll be all you need and more.
You ready?
Because when the sunshine, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took an oath, I'ma stick it out till the end. I love you.
Yeah,
There's so much I need you, and I can't stand you.
Texting Katrina.
And I hate how much I love you, boy. I can't stand how much.
On this Huffington Post article, they are for Rihanna and pitying her for the actions of Chris Brown, due to the huge caption saying, "Rihanna bloodied, beaten, bitten by Chris Brown." Because these two pop stars are very well known throughout the music world, the media took action in bringing about the information to the public. Using quotes from Chris Brown saying, "I'm going to kill you," sparks everyone's attention in not being fans of his anymore. Without taking into consideration about Chris Brown's side of the story, the New York Daily News automatically took Rihanna's side due to the caption saying that the fight started over a text message with another woman, making it look like Chris Brown might have been cheating on Rihanna. Thus, the media is trying to have the audience against Chris Brown for his actions. With this last article from the New York Times, the media made it seem like it is okay about what Chris Brown had done to Rihanna because she had forgiven him. Using the headline "Storm a Relationship, Forgiving Followers" has the media telling the audiences that it is okay because both of them have forgiven each other. Therefore, because every relationship has its down points, everyone should be okay with it also.
So, was he your first true love?
It was like falling in love with my best friend. We fell really fast. It was really dangerous.
So, what really happened? Because the media blew it out of proportion.
Well, we were leaving the Grammys party, and he got a text message from an old girlfriend. We got in an altercation. He tried to put his arm across me to get the phone. He ended up hitting me in my face. Repeatedly, when he stopped the car, I had to fend him off with my feet to get away, and then he just got out and walked away.
The article, Chris Brown Pleads Guilty, published by People magazine. The pictures tell it all. People magazine show Chris Brown in a sad, pathetic way. The circular picture with his head down and half light on one side of it show his good and bad side. The top picture is a look of disappointment on his face. Pleads guilty are the biggest print on the page. My eyes directly look at it. The picture of Rihanna make her look strong and powerful. She is standing tall with an emotionless look on her face. The same day Rihanna was set to testify, Brown struck a deal and pled guilty in felony assault with no jail time, 180 days community labor, in domestic abuse class, and 5 years of probation. The following question, why did Brown cop a plea? When he saw Rihanna, was fully ready to testify, he caved in, making Brown seem cowardly. The next line states, Brown's guilty plea will taint his image forever. Two very subjective lines. The last line of the article states, this will haunt him forever. People's Magazine seems very subjective against Chris Brown, showing him in a negative way. The article, I was arrogant and definitely hot-headed, published by Us Weekly magazine. The starting sentence to the article states that everybody will remember the night Chris Brown, assaulted Rihanna. It seems to be a bit harsh to start the article off that way, but it's very true. The media did blow it up. Brown stated, I could blame it on my age, but that would just be making an excuse. Making Brown seem like he's growing up and taking full responsibility for his actions. Brown also admitted that he was arrogant, and everybody has a temper, it's just knowing how to control it, showing him as a changed person. Radio stations dropped his songs, and domestic violence organizations screwed him, Us Weekly added. Using screws seems like the Us Weekly magazine is against what the group did to Brown. People are entitled to their own opinions, I can't go around blaming others, showing Brown as a man. Rihanna at least thinks Brown is a changed man. The magazine put this in the article to change our feelings for Brown. Since Rihanna forgave him, shouldn't we? She's a wonderful person, and I'm entirely grateful and thankful for forgiveness. The article showing their objective views want to persuade us to feel sad for Chris Brown and seeing him in a different way as changing for the better. Even Rihanna forgave him. The article, Chris Brown Avoids Jail Time, published by People magazine. Pictures show Chris Brown in a tragic way. They show Rihanna as the top dog. Mr. Brown, I think it's commendable that you're responsible for your conduct. A quote from the Superior Court judge, showing that Brown's becoming a good person. Another quote from the article states, this is a kid who's never been in trouble. A kid? Chris Brown was 21 at this time. I'm positive that he's considered an adult. Brown was charged with 2 felony counts, making threats and assault, which left Rihanna bruised and bloodied. This allows us to remember all the damage Brown did to Rihanna. The two were never in the courtroom at the same time. Once Brown left, Rihanna entered. Then the magazine stated all that happened in the assault, from him trying to force her out of the car to him hitting her head against the passenger window, her mouth being filled with blood. The very last line in the article is a quote from what Brown said to Rihanna. You just did the stupidest thing ever. Now I'm really going to kill you. With that being the last line, it leaves us angered and our hatred burning for Chris Brown. The article is objective, having direct quotes from Chris Brown himself.
What was going through your head when it all happened?
I was just thinking, I couldn't wait for it to be over with. I was so scared I didn't know what to do.
How do you feel when you see the image of your beaten face?
It's so humiliating and traumatizing.
This coverage is by Celeb TV, and it opens up with a picture of Rihanna and her beaten face with a photo taken from TMZ. The host of the show, Kelly Zink, has a very concerned look on her face and describes it as bruised, bloody, and battered, and a terrifying photo to kind of evoke sympathy for her and put fear for what had happened to her. Again, it shows the photo close up again with the other photos repeating in the background, and it does really close ups to her injuries, like her forehead and her blackened eyes, and it even says that her nose was reportedly broken. It also does a close-up of her swollen lips and the dried-up blood in the corner of her mouth. And then they show a photo of Chris Brown and Rihanna happy together, but then show a little clip of Chris Brown being photographed by paparazzi with sunglasses on, not smiling, kind of giving him a mysterious look and making us second guess who he really is. Okay, this is Diane's stories, and it opens up with Rihanna and Chris Brown in a picture looking happy, and at the bottom it has a bar that has the quote Rihanna stated, "When is it going to stop?" to kind of make it look like an ongoing problem, when it really, actually, she says it wasn't. It shows happy pics together while her song Unfaithful is playing in the background, and it's an emotional song trying to provoke emotion and make us feel bad for her. But at some point through the interview, the music stopped. Right then, she says, we were getting more dangerous. We became for each other. And then it shows a series of shots of them at the Grammys the same night. And when it showed the shots, it became, like, serious. Like it was a court case. And it showed them driving on the road with a faded-in picture of Chris Brown getting closer to the screen. And he kind of looked angry in the picture. And it said that he was becoming more angry after Rihanna had found out that he was texting another female. This interview is from ABC News, and Robin interviews Chris Brown. And it doesn't even show the questions she asked Chris Brown. It actually opens up with him stating, "I never, ever, ever had problems with anger, no domestic violence." So it kind of already gives you an opinion of who Chris Brown really is. And it goes to and Robin says that she's going to show Chris Brown a clip of Rihanna. Out of the full interview, the only part when they were fighting, what she thought, and she continues with, there was no soul in his eyes, there wasn't a person there, and there definitely wasn't love in his eyes. And while she's saying this, it keeps switching back and forth to the clip of Rihanna and Chris Brown's face, and it shows him just like staring at it, and you could see he's getting emotional, especially at the point where he said there was no love. And at the end of the clip, he looks down in sadness and kind of takes a moment, bites his lip, and you kind of feel bad for him in a sense.
Do you still love him?
After all that's happened, I still do.
How will you move forward from this?
Well, I'm glad this happened to me because now I can help young girls in the same situation that I was in.
Oh, how about a round of applause? Yeah, standing over.